So we begin with Vesper jostling Halem awake, who is being held by Janna. Hey, you still with me, big guy?
What?
You
Who are
wanna?
you people?
I'm the dirty Jedi. Remember
Oh God, a Jedi.
I'm Gleebek.
all that hard work we put in? That's like 6 episodes gone down the toilet.
Man.
Yeah, what is an episode?
It's what I'm having right now. I'm having an episode.
These Jedi, I swear.
Do you want to walk us through what just happened?
Yeah, so while y'all were off trying to hack things, I meditated within the Force to try and reconnect with that red lightsaber wielding psychopath that tried to, kill us.
Is that like when you close your eyes and listen really hard and then the force talks to you and tells you things like people's names and stuff?
Yeah, that's a pretty good description. Except this one was more of I reestablished a connection I had made with him before we left. And I saw into his intentions, which was to release the Drengir and wipe out all the Jedi. I showed all you guys that. And then I passed out. And something is blinking in my pocket, but don't worry about that.
Gleebek, you mentioned that you and Janna had somebody that owed you a favor or something.
So one of the other times where we stole something that we weren't supposed to have and transported it to an alternative location, we had to change the tags on the ship very quickly and also give it a different paint job, and I had to replace the engine with one that was not exploded. And we went to Leoric, and they were really fast. They did an awesome job, and also accepted money in exchange for not telling anybody that they did all this illegal stuff for us, which Janna always really appreciates, because like she hates having to pick people up and threaten them with like cutting off their fingers one at a time and stuffing them in the earth and stuff.
That's more information than I needed.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I feel like
She just wants to give people money.
Gleebek will give you all the information, which is all accurate.
I never know what's going to be helpful in that. And
That's true.
Do you know where to find this person?
Oh yeah, that's easy.
Well, let's make our way there, and hopefully they'll be able to help us.
And with that, you have set up a meeting with your friend is definitely too strong a word. Even acquaintance is pushing the boundaries of hospitality. But this person you know from your past with definitely no sketchy involvement.
Gleebek thinks of Leoric as a friend because they have interacted on more than one occasion, and they have never tried to kick me or throw things at me, or tried to kill me or explode me on purpose.
The bar is very high.
Since 4, due to its inhospitable, cold environment, there are low orbit habs, very similar to Bespin Cloud City, whereas that one's designed more for cloud mining and extraction. This is just because it's easy to suspend the city in a Lagrange point and send things down as you need them. And send things down typically means the underpaid and presumably expendable workforce. One of those rare occasions where it's not easier to just send droids. Clear to dock on the station, and you are heading to your meetup with your person you know, Leoric.
As we're heading there, I say, we might not even need to change the ID on the ship. We could just stay here forever and no one would ever come looking for us.
That's a terrible idea. See, you were on a roll, and now
I was trying to do that whole sarcasm thing that you do with me all the time. I was trying to bond and connect.
You're not good at it.
Okay.
Would you guys just kiss already and get it over with?
No.
The bar you've been sent to meet at, it's a place where they're used to things going sideways and to whatever passes for law enforcement not getting too heavily involved as long as it doesn't bleed out too far into the portions of the station that would involve like structural stability and this entire city collapsing to the ground. Janna and Gleebek, you enter and recognize your, at the very least, Gleebek's friend, Leoric, who, please describe yourself.
Leoric is like a very willowy and thin Pantoran, so blue skin, but has like a golden crescent moon on her forehead. Very, very like high ponytail of white hair that goes down to her waist, but like it gets blue somewhere around her shoulders. She's like wearing like this like red vest bomber jacket, and then beneath it is like this white, very much like winter clothes, like for warmth and like these white fur boots. Very much like Material Girl, has like jewelry that's like very well kept and like out of place here, very much so. Yeah, that's Leoric.
We're back.
You're back. Yeah.
Yes.
It just only took you far too long. You left me on this rock.
We got caught up with some things.
We were supposed to pick you up again?
Yes, you were supposed to pick me up.
I misunderstood the instructions. I'm sorry.
You are forgiven.
I appreciate that.
Do I get an apology from you too, Janna?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I got caught up with some chickens, space chickens. I forgot my main mission. I'm sorry.
You left me here for space chicken. What the fuck is a space chicken?
He's been on that a lot.
You just gotta try it to understand what the space chickens are.
No, guys, you don't understand. Janna just apologized on purpose. This is a super big
that's
deal.
what
I've only seen this happen
We are
twice.
not talking about this again.
That's what I was stuck on.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that whatever trouble you got into has made you dictate that I'm worthy enough to be picked up again. So what is it? What do you need? What's the
We
problem?
stole a ship.
That is not surprising.
This one has enough space. I get to have my own room. It has a window.
Gleebek,
Gleebek,
the point.
That's Gleebek.
Also, don't tell people we stole it.
I mean, I don't care about that. Like,
Yeah, but some people might.
I mean, I was looking at the thing. Like, 2/3 of the ships in the dock back there are all stolen. It's not like we're amongst suspicious company.
Fair.
okay, who did you steal it from?
Someone trying to kill us.
Also unsurprising.
So, you remember there was that one hut that was sort of rebels with Janna, and that was why we had to not be in the space because he threatened to feed us to very large monsters, small piece at a time.
If I help, will that also be my fate?
He hasn't caught us yet, so obviously we're still alive.
Okay. What does the I guess pay looks like with this thing, whatever I'm helping you with?
I don't have any money. Janna holds the money so that it can be used responsibly.
I work with the Jedi Order, and we might be able to compensate you.
A Jedi moving up in the world.
That's probably not a selling point.
It really isn't.
You know, I know that everybody on the ship seems to not like the Jedi, but contrary to popular belief, there are a couple people who do in the galaxy.
Well, I'm sure, but a couple people isn't very big ringing endorsement.
Look, credits are credits. It doesn't really matter where they're coming from.
Okay. A Jedi, a Night Sister, a Hut, and a Gleebek, and whenever you are, pointing to Halem, walk into a bar. That sounds like a great punchline. I'm just gotta say, I'm invested just by that.
Is the fight starting already? I don't know if I have to
fight. I'm like,
No one's fighting.
no one's.
No, she said punch.
Punch line.
Like the joke. Okay.
Yeah.
I got confused. I'm sorry.
Quick question to the GM.
Mhm.
Do I have money or like anything that I can promise Leoric?
Do you?
No.
Uncle Benny.
Should I use a Benny?
Uncle Benny provides.
You know what my answer to that question is.
When I was breaking into the ship, I walked by a whole bunch of stuff in the hold that looked super expensive. Plus this big crate that had a bunch of money stacked on it.
Oh, I forgot we have a new ship that has new things that we haven't thrown into space.
Yeah, this is not like the last one that we had to empty into space.
It's been a long
Except for
journey.
Hylam's really cool wristband thing.
So can we offer Leoric some of the bounty that we found?
Oh yeah, we got a whole bunch of stuff that's really valuable that doesn't belong to us at all.
Some hut contraband.
No, it totally belongs to us.
Yeah, finders keepers.
Rule number 6. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Perfect. Now that has been discussed, with whatever I'm helping you with, I would like a ride, and then part of, I guess, this bounty that you're talking about, and then I'll help you not get caught by whoever's trying to kill you. So what do I get? What's the job? What do I got to do?
We need this ship to not show up as owned by a Chaska.
Okay.
And to not have to ditch it on a gas giant somewhere where we will set it on fire and make it look like a robbery. We have to like keep this one.
Okay. So what you're gonna need new hardware for that. And then we're gonna
Adam's also pretty
program
sure
it.
that there is somebody chasing us that wants to.
No.
Can I just pick up Gleebek and just take
Put him in a bag?
Put him in just somewhere away from Leoric.
The answer to can you pick up Gleebek is almost always yes, especially for you.
So where are we at with that? Is that
Where
a yes?
am I where I cannot talk?
Is that a yes? Is that a maybe? Is that a will you do it? Will you not do it?
Yeah, I mean, this guy pointing to him like it's just sus. You what? Who? Yeah, you're like, shh, don't tell them.
He's
a
a
Fine.
little
You want
rough
me?
around-
Fine. You no. You want to know? You want to know? Fine. There is a red lightsaber wielding maniac that's trying to kill us. Just straight
Also,
off the
giant
bat.
hungry plant.
Gleebek is right. I just put Gleebek behind me, and I just keep blocking him every time he tries to like get into the conversation.
Just
But
gonna shout
there's
for
a lot of
Black Janna.
answers we don't. There's a lot of answers we don't know there, and so I was just trying to spare you from those details.
He doesn't want us specifically dead, more like everybody in general everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much. We were all just at a station and all just sort of wound up together because this maniac threw a grenade in the middle of the station.
Did you ask why?
He was after a
He wants to
Trandoshan
kill
that had a
everything.
box with a deadly plant monster in it.
Interesting.
But we threw the plant into space, so it was okay.
Can you? Is there something we can just? Janna, cover his mouth.
Okay, I like basically just stuff him in my biggest fold, like just kind of,
Oh,
just kind
no.
of quiet as sap, and it's just like.
Oh no.
All right. Well, check on him every few seconds because he's kind of the pilot.
I just like move like a little bit so he's got like a little like airflow going, so he's just stuck in there until.
It's really warm in here.
Now you know, Leoric. I was just
Right. Okay, I'm in.
Perfect.
Awesome.
And scene.
I guess. Look, would I know like a place on Centaur that would have like hardware, or would we have to go off planet or something like that?
Here, you can definitely get your hands on that sort of thing.
Mhm.
The hardware available for a price, or available for the right misdeed, definitely. Or you could just steal it. It's probably what somebody did to get it in the first place, and that makes it not wrong. As for the programming, somebody with sufficient computer knowledge could do so. The only potential risk with that is if somebody only sort of knows what they're doing, they could really mess it up and you'd have to go through the whole process again. And re-stealing another set, that just starts getting complicated. So I guess just make a smarts roll.
Yeah. I rolled in Foundry. I don't know where the answer.
So you got a 7. That
Okay,
is
there
a
you go.
success. There is a Twi'lek that runs a chop shop down in some of the lower levels that just goes by the name The Mechanic. Runs a small gang, which is to say people that hijack ships or bring in black market goods. They're equal parts fence and chop shop, really. For something like this, they'd probably be able to set you up with the parts you need. They'd get you the hardware, whether they'll get you the software or the programming. Who knows what they're doing that day.
Okay.
Can I spend a Benny for them to be hot?
Yes. Unfortunately, you didn't specify hot for who.
Well, Leoric is the one who's going to have to deal with them, so I'm going to say...
What is this?
No, it's fine. If they're hot, they're gonna like need it to go faster. You'll be able to get a really good price, so then there's more money for you with the negotiation and stuff.
Yeah, I assume if when you said for them to be hot, you meant like hot on the law, like they're being pursued. So yeah.
It's open to interpretation.
In our D&D campaign, we roll for
how hot they
attractiveness, and then
Yes.
based on the number, we then fan cast that.
They're
person.
83% hot. I just rolled it. There you go.
Amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
Above average, baby.
You do.
Stop this. This
So
is
what
what
is
I
an
came here for,
83%
to be
hot?
attacked.
I thought that's why
That's
all
how
of
you
us
know
come
you
here,
are
to be
appreciated.
attacked.
You know what you
It's
need
just like
to do.
part of the buy-in.
I guess. Yep, that's definitely.
So yes, the mechanic. They would be the most straightforward option. Doesn't mean they're the only option. Doesn't even mean they're the best option. Just the most obvious option.
Also, they are the hot option. So
I mean, you don't
hottest
know. There
option.
could be somebody hotter out there.
Hello,
Oh
what have we
my.
here?
This is okay. Straightforward. I feel like the hardware probably could be done with the mechanic, and I could probably take a look at the software and see what I can do. To the mechanic, bursting into the door with a dramatic flourish.
I love their energy so much.
Yeah. You burst through the door with a dramatic flourish. You've probably done business once or twice down here,
Yes.
so you're known. I mean, anybody who hasn't run afoul of the law have probably done business here once or twice. So you've afouled once, not twice, meaning you're on the wrong side of the law, which is the right side here. Yeah, I don't know what I said anymore either. But you throw the door open with a dramatic flair. Do you say anything or just dramatic flair?
Just me being like, hi, just like it's me. Again, just kind of like looking around the shop for the mechanic. They're like,
okay. There is a slight thud. As underneath the hood of a speeder that is currently actually up on blocks, a Twi'lek looks around. What? Steps out from behind the speeder, wearing just low-cut crop top, pair of nice tight leather pants, obviously works out, and is not into Jedi. Just actually has a tramp stamp that says no Jedi.
It's my Benny, okay?
But it's my interpretation.
That's what makes it
This
funny.
is what you get.
My kind,
The monkey's paw is curled.
my kind of person.
Screaming. I am kind of like leaning on whatever machinery. I brought friends.
You don't have friends, Leoric.
That is rude and offensive because I thought we were friends.
We're
Anywho, we need a little bit of hardware.
You're using that voice that tells me there's a catch,
I mean, I don't.
or you're just doing that awkward flirting thing again, which I've told you you're horrible at.
I'm not flirting with you. I'm on business. Business. Any whoosies. So we need a piece of hardware because there is a ship that has a thingamajig that is telling other people that we have that thingamajig, and we need it not to be there on the ship. So we need to get it gone and get a new one. So
You need a new ship registry.
yes.
Oh,
Is
okay.
Gleebek still in my fold this whole time? Like,
Did you leave him there?
yeah, I mean, I never took him out. Do I
Is
just pull
Gleebek
him
just
out at
staying
this?
in there
Do I just?
voluntarily?
I guess I can pull him out now.
Okay.
At this point,
Rule
I
number
just-
2: Janna is always right.
I'm gonna attempt a mind link with Xena.
Nothing good will come of this. Roll for it, sure. Do your Jedi mind thing.
All right, that's spirit. All right, 7. All right, bet.
Yep,
Nice.
success.
Do you hear me, Xena? It's the Force trying
Oh.
to talk to you.
This is weird.
Are you there, God?
It's your conscience. I know we haven't talked in a while.
I mean, conscious is quite a deep voice.
Oh no, I'm just kidding. This is Halem. Do you think we're gonna have to fire our way out of here? Because I'm not feeling this Leoric person's ability to flirt.
I certainly hope not. But
No, Leoric's really good. You just gotta trust the process.
how did you get here?
What? Gleebek. This is a private call.
You guys can't just
Anyway.
hear it when people are using the Force to talk?
No!
What kind of ship?
Leo kind of looks back at
It's a hut yacht. I'm sure there's a designation.
It's a
That's-
heavily modified MacGuffin 33.
What they said.
Oh, we're looking high end there if we want the hardware to match and it for not to be an obvious recent swap. It's gonna run you. I can do it. I've got the parts. I can improvise the parts. It's gonna cost you though.
Somebody's gonna need to grab Gleebek almost immediately. Okay, I'm giving you guys the heads up. We have multiple force sensitive people here, right?
Danger sense is going.
No, that's okay.
Janna, grab him.
Back to flap jail.
Flap jail.
That's gonna be a shirt. Do you take payment in favors?
No. Not
Worth a
normally.
shot. All right.
We have things to trade, things of a good worth.
Roll a notice check. If you have danger sense, which I believe is Leoric and Halem, you get your +2.
I rolled a 5, so this is 7.
I also got a 7.
I got
Okay.
a 5.
Am I
Crushing
rolling
it.
this too?
Way to go,
Yeah,
Cam.
everybody.
Okay.
Normally I would just have a couple people do it, but you're all force sensitives except for Janna, and Janna's
The best.
The best.
11.
I'm just naturally good.
that tracks for Xena and her very nonchalant method of just kind of like rolling through everything. Xena, you feel a twinge, that little warning in the back of your head that it's kept you alive once or twice, and that twinge is telling you, duck.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Do it!
Okay, I'm gonna duck. Do I tell everyone else to duck?
I hear duck in Xena's head, so I duck.
Yes, I'm gonna duck.
I will
And
allow it.
Gleebek
You're gonna
goes,
pearl on
"Goose!"
Janna's flap.
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you say, Cecico?
So everybody make a agility check, except for Xena.
I am gonna spend a Benny.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Motion that we start calling it Uncle Benny.
They call me Whiskers. I'm quick like a cat.
No one ever has called you that, Jedi.
Vesper and Janna, you are able to duck reflexively, hitting the ground, taking some cover as the door that had been dramatically thrown open a very short while ago explodes inward. Leoric,
That's not
regrettably,
my
that
fault.
door makes as dramatic of an impact on you as you did on it,
Oh no.
taking 12 points of damage.
Ha! I'm gonna kill off the guest.
Right away.
They have bennies, and
Don't do that to my friend.
Talem, I don't remember. Did I tell you you need to roll the agility check? I already forgot.
I did roll an agility check.
Okay. You made yours, so you take 8 damage or 6 damage.
And this is a good time to explain
Ow.
toughness and how damage works, because
Yes,
I don't know
it
if we've
is.
ever really had anybody get hit real hard like
No,
this.
despite my
No.
attempts, no one's been hurt yet.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
No.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the show. Now die.
The way getting damaged in Savage Worlds works is you have your toughness, which you subtract from however much damage you take. Your toughness is what, York?
5.
5? Okay. So 12 minus 5, math, 7. If the amount of damage you take meets your toughness, then you are shaken, which is basically like being partially incapacitated, not quite stunned. You're dazed.
Shell
You
shock.
can't fully act, but you're also not helpless. For every 4 points of damage over your toughness, you also take a wound. In this case, you would take, assuming my math is correct, 1 wound and you're shaken. Now, we will also explain soaking. One of the things that the heroes can do is they can spend bennies to negate damage,
Okay.
which is called making a soak roll. You spend a benny and you roll a vigor check, which gets the wild die and can explode as normal. And for every success on that vigor check, you negate 1 wound. If you negate however many wounds you take, then you are also not shaken.
Okay.
And my personal house rule, you can never take more than 2 wounds at once unless it's from something that would instantly obliterate you anyway. But that's my personal house rule.
Okay.
So you would take 1 wound. You can basically just take that wound, or you can roll to soak it if you want.
I would roll to soak it. What do I need to roll for
Okay.
that?
That will be a vigor check. So it would be your vigor die plus the d6.
Okay.
First, you have to say, I'm gonna spend a Benny.
I'm gonna spend a penny. Okay, and then I'm gonna
It's
roll.
become our catchphrase.
Yeah. Okay.
That would actually be a success because you should not be taking the -1 penalty yet. because you
Okay.
don't have the wound Yet. So,
Okay.
which that is also something I forgot to specify. Normally, for every wound you have, you take a 1 penalty to all your rolls. However, when you're soaking, you roll as if you didn't have
Okay.
wounds yet. It's technically
Okay.
good.
So that is a success.
Yep, so that would be a success, so you would negate the wound, so you would not be shaken. So through whatever Deus Ex Machina, if you choose to describe it or not, I'll leave that up to you since I've totally sidelined you with this.
That's so fine. Leoric's always been just a little bit too lucky, so I feel like she would also get that little and hit the floor.
Everybody else is dropping, I should do that too.
Yes, basically.
Alright. Leaving Halem 6 wounds, or 6 damage, does that do anything to you?
That's -1, so I'm shaking, right?
Yeah, you're just shaking, so...
What comes through the door?
Well, you can't see because there's a lot of smoke, as tends to happen when doors explode. So what does come through the door is a blaster bolt.
Who's it coming after?
Oh, indiscriminate. You are basically in a drive-by right now.
Oh, good. Fantastic.
Blaster bolts would be more specific, but we're going to do that initiative thing now. Okay.
I just got a Benny.
Oh, somebody got a Joker.
We pulled a Joker. First round to come.
I drew a Joker again.
If you are already at your maximum starting bennies, do you go above that?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have
There
5
are
bennies.
Unlimited power.
So, Briar, just for your information, initiative in this game uses a deck of cards. You go in order of the cards. If there's a tie with the number, different suits go in different orders. But if you pull a Joker, it does special stuff. Everybody gets another Benny.
Mhm.
And Sean, is it still the +2 bonus on actions, or is that no longer a thing?
It is still +2 on actions.
Okay. Yeah,
And
and
then-
if everybody gets a Benny, to include bad guys if relevant.
But the +2 is only applies to the person who drew the Joker.
Yeah.
It's not like
And
the
then
bennies
whoever
were
pulled the Joker gets a +2 bonus on pretty much all their die rolls for their turn.
I have an idea.
Halem has an idea, and Gleebek has 5 bennies. This is going
And
to
I
be a
have-
This is
disaster.
not going to go well.
And I have
At all.
4. Alright, so what are
Do you
Shaken's
need me to blow
effects?
something up?
What are Shaken's effects on me?
So with Shaken, you at the beginning of the round, you make a spirit roll. And if you succeed on it, you can act as normal. If you fail at it, you're shaken, which basically means you can only take 3 actions. But
Okay.
if you fail that spirit roll, you can then spend a Benny to become unshaken and take your turn anyway.
Okay, so I'll
Basically, it's a
just...
way for me to resource tax you and eventually, maybe, do some damage.
Okay, alright, let's do the spirit roll. Perfect. No longer shaken.
Fresh out the gate.
Do I get anything else because I'm assuming that's a razor? No.
No, you're just unshaken. That's one of those occasions where, like, you might look cooler being unshaken. I don't know.
Okay, alright. So I am going to... So there's smoke that's blocking from our attackers, right?
Yep.
Alright, so I'm going to use the force to clear that smoke away.
How?
Are you doing the whole, like, Grogu with the fire over him thing? And just, like, uses a big force
No,
bubble?
probably just like a force push that kind of just pushes through it.
So just kind of a wide force push, disperse the smoke. So
Yeah.
telekinesis. Okay, yeah, make your roll.
9.
Okay, yeah. A wide push of the force, that little burst of telekinesis to spread it out of the area, push it all back. And you can see 3 what you are just going to call goons with blaster rifles. The one in the middle looks to have a slightly heavier weapon. Looks like they might be the reason the door just came off its hinges rather dramatically. But yeah, you've got a goon squad.
Okay, I'm gonna test out something fun. All right, so for the heavy blaster, I'm going to use Mauricio.
Okay.
Is there a multi-action penalty here, or
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's -2 for one and -4 for the second one.
so it
And-
evens out because of the Joker? Perfect.
Right, and so just for future reference, typically if you want to do a multi-action thing, you need to declare all of your actions at the top of the round.
That's
Oh.
right.
Just,
I forgot.
but
I'll allow it
Okay.
this time now.
All right. Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Halem's so good. It's so annoying.
Yeah, that middle one that has a heavy blaster or repeating blaster with what looks like some sort of maybe grenade thingy on the bottom just sort of drops unconscious.
For those of us who aren't as savvy on all of the like extended Star Wars lore, what is Maritro? What did you just do?
So Maritro is a rare force ability that essentially can slow down a person's body function up until death. Like you can essentially put them in a coma. But if you don't do it right, so what I would assume would be a critical failure in this game, you'd kill them.
I mean, it seems like a success either way to me.
I see this as an absolute win.
Kind of a win-win.
Either way. Not
Yeah. But it's a light side power, not a dark side one. So your goal is to not kill them. And if you have a traumatic backstory, you don't want to kill them.
Right.
Theoretically,
light them
Adam
on
feels
fire.
guilty about killing people.
Anyway, Xena, your turn.
Okay. Oh, so is the guy in the middle just like chilling on the floor? Like what
He
happened?
appears to just be unconscious. He just drops like a rag doll.
And what are the other two guys doing?
Looking like they're still about to unload their repeating blasters into this room indiscriminately.
I want to try and cast an illusion of myself in between the two of them to try to distract them, and then they'll end up shooting each other.
The Loki
What will
maneuver,
that
I love
illusion
it.
of you be doing to try to get them to do that?
I'm just gonna like yell at them, like "Hey!" or
Okay.
something.
Yeah. Oh, not
Oh.
successful.
Unless you want to spend a
Benny.
I could, but I feel like it would be funnier if it didn't work.
You just look like you're glitching out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You attempt to manifest, and just kind of there's a not quite right 2D version of you in between them. That's just sort of
Let's go, baby.
I mean, when in doubt,
Right. That's
apply brute
that's
force.
that's his thing. That's what he do. And we're gonna go ahead with a fighting roll on whatever guy is left. That's 4.
Okay.
What is-
You missed.
I was gonna say, what's his parry? Oh, that sucks.
6.
Ooh, these guys are tough. All right, we got a fight on our hands, y'all.
Yeah. As you move up swinging, one of them instinctively kind of just dodges back a bit to keep more space between you and them. And now Leoric.
Yes. Before we begin, question. You said it with Chris's turn. If you wanted to do multi-action, you have to announce it at the top of the turn. Okay.
You can take up to 3 actions. Your first movement in a round, which we kind of don't worry about movement for the most part here, since we're mostly theater of mind.
Okay.
You can take up to 3 actions, and for every extra action you take past the first, it's a -2 penalty to all of your actions.
Okay. So the first thing I would want to do is use the mind reading like ability, like to catch the vibe. Like who the hell are these people? So that's the first thing. And then after that, shoot them.
Okay.
Not these
Give me a force roll.
Okay.
Force roll. And then give me a shooting roll.
Okay. That's a 5.
Okay. One of them, the one that just got charged by the Jedi. Crap. Boss isn't going to be happy to know there's Jedi here. That makes this difficult.
Okay. Well, with the second action, like I said,
And then you're shooting him.
yeah, I'm gonna shoot that guy. I got my information. I mean, you said that was it a -2 or negative?
-2.
Okay. Okay. Well, so why?
You can spend a Benny to reroll if you want.
Yeah, why not? I'm here once. Okay. So just spend a Benny and then just re-roll it again.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
There we
There
go.
we go.
Yeah, you take a shot and you hit. Roll damage. What are you shooting with?
I had a stun gun. That's what I was going to get.
Did you want to have an actual blaster?
No, stun gun feels very
Okay.
much in line.
Is it like the rings that they like zapped Leia with in A New Hope?
The only time a weapon is ever set on stun in Star Wars.
Yes. Okay. So, shooting range. How do I roll damage with this?
So the victims must make a vigor roll at -2 or be stunned.
Oh, that's what it is.
Ah.
That was a success.
He makes it,
They're
actually. He's not
juiced
stunned.
up.
Yeah. Evidently, this guy's good at one thing, which is obviously not shooting thus far, but evidently not getting hit is his strong suit.
Mhm.
First red shirt ever, he can't even die appropriately. And then I believe we are on to Janna.
Who else is still in there, like in the vicinity?
Pretty much just the two riflemen.
Okay, I want to
Dang
use
guys.
Okay, I want to use my trusty old blaster,
Hasn't scared you one yet.
as usual, and I just shoot the closest guy to me.
Shooting roll. With a 4, that's a hit, and roll damage. Okay. You fire at him. The blast hits him, doesn't quite get through what little armor he's wearing, but knocks him back a bit, leaving him a little rattled. He's shaken. Gleebek.
Okay, so I'm gonna move myself into position to do the finger lightning.
Oh no.
No, it's okay. It only hurts people if they've done bad things. Okay, so Gleebek is gonna kind of waddle around on the blaster and stuff and stick out his hands, and we're gonna do the finger lightning. I got a 4, so that's a success.
Imagine the horror of getting electrocuted by a 3-foot Muppet lightning rod.
Right.
But it's not the purple lightning, so it only hurts if you've been a bad person. Alright, so all the things in the cone take 7 damage if they were bad people. If they're not bad people, it's just sort of pretty.
I'm gonna let you figure out
Otherwise-
what that does there, Vesper. How does that
Otherwise,
affect you?
all the harm that they have caused to other people maliciously, they are now going to experience unto themselves.
No, well, I mean, I would actually say, yeah, no, Vesper's never done anything to break the Jedi code, really, besides up until meeting these people. But
And it
What do
hasn't
you
been good.
mean, these people?
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying so hard to be like.
One in front of you that was clipped with a blaster bolt goes down convulsing. The other one is caught off balance, so there's one left that is shaken. And I was going to let them go after Gleebek, but that means they're... Oh wait, they get a roll to not be shaken. That's right. Come on, let me at least do damage to somebody this session. Nope. At this point, I am going to say... I'm not rolling another round of initiative for you guys to collectively stomp on one barely conscious dude.
Oh, there's only one
so,
left.
Yeah. How would you finish this up?
Well, no.
After you.
Okay, all right. So, I am going to force pull him enough to like be able to knee him in the face.
All right. That's a pretty slick maneuver, actually, as you just yank him across the room and force grab him into your knee, which hurts a little bit, but hurts him more.
Get over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Give him the Kinshasa.
all 3 of the assailants are down.
But that worked out pretty well. Does anybody know who these guys were and why they were trying to kill the mechanic?
Is the mechanic still here?
Or possibly Leoric?
Yeah, she
or
took cover
possibly us?
behind the speeder that she was working on, and let you guys handle this.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we saved your life. Would you call that payment?
Seeing conjure up something scary.
You were in the line of fire as well. That's not payment. That's just you serving your own interest of survival.
You're talking very calmly. I have a feeling this has happened to you before. Can you tell us anything about these men?
Have you never been on the Outer Rim before?
Such a
Persuasion.
Jedi.
This is just what happens on Target days.
Hey, give me a persuasion check.
Hey,
For-
that's a 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not payment, but I guess it makes an exception. This time I'll accept a payment as favor. How's that sound?
Can I add one thing on top of that?
No.
Well, I'm just gonna say we could just leave,
I was
and
just
then
trying to find out what you knew about the guys that just shot this place up.
If you want to just leave, that's fine. You're the one that came to me because you needed something.
no. But if we just leave, then these people are just on your doorstep knocked out. So whoever sent them is going to come after you.
Obviously, they just did. And
Yeah.
now I've got 3 blaster rifles to protect myself with if you just leave them here.
If we leave them there.
She looks at you, looks back at Vesper, then looks over at Briar and just gives you kind of a, what is with these people look.
No, I don't know. Like, for whatever reason, he's like super about like people like uniting against
You
the
don't
people that
hear
are in charge.
a GM. Are you sure you're doing business for these with
She's talking to me, I'm imagining.
yeah, to you.
Okay. Yeah, totally.
Is there a reason we can't just give people money in exchange for goods and services?
I'm gonna spend a Benny.
Of course you are.
It doesn't. It's not the same thing.
What are you spending a penny on?
I'm going to pull out from a pocket a part of the crown jewels of Alderaan that was on the ship.
Yeah, they're a fake, and you lost a Benny.
Oh, rude.
Yeah, it was actually part of a cosplay piece that somebody was working on. They're made of actual glass, at least, rather than like resin. But yeah,
They said I'm sick of your shit.
Yeah.
Well, I've done all I can do.
Yep.
And the metal is real metal.
I feel like Leoric would go up to New Hampshire like, can you know who this guy's were?
Somebody's been trying to move in on my territory. I don't know who they are. And you know me, I do illegal things, but I'm not the gang sorts. It's probably somebody new, which is why I don't know who they are yet, and they don't understand the fact that nobody here can afford to get rid of me, so they're trying to get rid of me without realizing what they're losing by doing so. And since they've been underground, I guess, I don't know who to direct anybody to. You find out who keeps pulling this, and we'll call that a fair trade. For the hardware, at least, you can find somebody else to handle the programming. Or that'll be another negotiation. Your pick.